Yeah, do it just like I do it. Why not? Okay, thanks for watching. Alright, we've got to do some preventative maintenance on the tractor. Got to do an oil change. Got to put a new air filter in. I got to do some touch-up paint on the running board. I've got to install a new battery maintainer. I just topped this off with some diesel fuel and just fired it up. The heater hasn't been run since I shut it off in April. So it's been kind of a busy summer. I've been using the tractor, and I really haven't done much maintenance to it. I've been meaning to, but I just kept putting it off. Now I got to get it all taken care of. I also got a backup plan for heating this garage this winter in case this diesel heater doesn't make the winter, because that'll probably be like 1 or 2 videos from now. We'll do that. That is something completely different than a diesel heater. All right, let's get working on this tractor. Alright, I thought we'd start with the easy one first. We just got to get that battery maintainer. We got to connect it to the positive and the negative side. It comes a little bit of a pigtail. We'll leave that hanging out so that when we park it in the shed, we can plug it in, so it hopefully will always start this winter. This one is a name brand. Battery Tender is I guess pretty good name brand. Mine was kind of a knockoff, but it lasted for years and years and years and years. So this time I saw this one and I decided to pick it up. This one just plugs into an outlet, and 750 milliamps, so it should keep that battery charged up. Comes with a pretty long cord, and it comes with these clamps that you can either clip onto the battery, or you can disconnect the cables from the clamps and then wire them directly to the battery, which is going to be kind of a pain in the neck because it's got some pretty small eyelets on there, and we've got to have some bigger eyelets to get onto this battery. So right off the bat, we're going to have to make it custom. Oh, alright, not that bad. Looks like it'll work. Okay, these should go right on the battery, no problem. Okay, looks pretty straightforward. I'm guessing, let's see, we're gonna need maybe a 10 millimeter. Okay, battery tender, good to go. All we have to do now to use this battery maintainer is just plug it into the wall. Okay, well, it didn't blow up. Looks like we've got a red light and it's on steady. And according to this thing, red light on steady, the battery is connected properly and the charger is charging the battery. The red light will remain on until the charger completes this charging stage. So I guess we'll run that until it turns green. Alright, we've got that expertly installed and we should be good hopefully for the winter. Alright, so this isn't terrible to change the oil on. It's got a couple of funky features to it. One of them is there's a drain hose. You gotta pull it down. Come up under here. And then there's a hose that comes out. And you just make sure you got a bucket to put that in. And it should just drain right in there. It's always a little bit of a struggle though. But just because that hose has been mounted in a weird spot. And then you need a 10 millimeter wrench up in here. There's a valve up in there that's got a 10 millimeter hex head on it. Loosen up the valve and then you should be able to turn it by hand. And then drain right out. See, never goes easy. There's always some kind of. Haven't done that in a while though. God damn it. It's almost like the hose is too long when it's stored, and then it's too short when you're using it. And we'll just do it again, just because. Why not? Let's try that. Yeah, do it just like I do it. Why not? Okay, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, I think we can probably all relate at one point or another. They give you something to laugh at. You probably didn't do yours on camera, and now have to share it with everybody. Anybody ever done anything like that? Huh? Go ahead and drop a comment of whatever it is that you did. Stepped in an oil pan, flipped something over, whatever. I'd like to hear about it so I don't feel like I'm the only guy on the block. Looks like we got all the oil out. So now what you have to do is put this hose back up in here. See the hose right here? So that hose stores right up here when you're not draining the oil and spilling it on the floor. And then what you got to do is you got to reach under and close the valve, and then just tighten it up with a wrench. Over here we have to take this filter off, and then the oil drains into this rubber little drain pan. It comes out of this hose down here, and I have a funnel for just such an occasion. And that's this funnel right here. And that should catch everything. Try loosening up our filter, and I'll let that drain in. Look at that. No mess over here on this side, at least right now. Alright, let's double check with our diesel heater. Looks like it's doing pretty well. No leaks. No fuss, no muss. Plugging along. Let's go ahead and put a new air filter in. I've been battling with the mice all summer, and they didn't get into anything too drastically, but they did have a nest in here, and they did wreck the hell out of my air filter. Take my handy dandy Milwaukee vacuum, 12 volt. Works pretty good. It's not it's not the super shop vac, but for stuff like this it's great. This old 12 volt Milwaukee vacuum, you have to remember to empty the filter every time you use it, because it's such a small filter, and if you don't clean it out, next thing you know you'll be going, God darn thing doesn't work worth a hoot. So go ahead and change the or dump it out every time you're done using it. And mine was running pretty rough this summer, so I got a couple of new filters, and it makes a world of difference. So if you're having trouble with your Milwaukee vacuum, try a new filter. Might work out for you. Alright, we got our replacement filter. We're going to use the O'Reilly 10W30 motor oil. And, looks like everything matches. I think it's pretty common knowledge. Put a little bit of oil on the O-ring. This tractor's got the Kawasaki gas motor. I think it's 25 horsepower, I think is what it is, but I've had a few people say that they'd rather have the diesel. And although I do see the benefits of the diesel, I just don't know, like, with this size tractor, if I would really see much benefit. So I'm not really sure. What do you guys think? Would I see a benefit if I went to a diesel tractor with something this small? I'd like to know what your opinions are on that. It's a new day and we're going to start working on the running boards. Alright, so we got this loose, and in order to get that completely off, we have to remove this lock-in differential control. This is a 7/32 socket. Alright, so you can see these tabs, they just go down into these holes. I just use this trim removal tool to pry that up, and it seemed to work out pretty well. Alright, so here we are. Looks like we got here just in the nick of time. I'm going to be able to get all this scraped off, and we'll get this sealed up. It's funny, there's not any rust on the back, on the bottom side. I'm guessing this is from years of snow blowing with, in a salty environment. Let's get this cleaned up. We got to get the vacuum. So I got the running boards all cleaned up and scraped down, and I wiped everything down with alcohol, and I just put some masking tape on there, and I'm going to use this rust converter that I've used in the past on my Jeep, and what that does is that just kind of interrupts that rust chemical reaction, and it seals it up. And then once I have that all done, I think I got to do 2 coats of that. I'm going to use this Rust-Oleum John Deere green paint. I'm going to put that on with a brush, and then we should be good to go. The right hand side, if you're sitting in the seat where the hydrostatic controls are, I don't know how I lucked out, but there's no rust underneath those controls, so I just was able to fold that plastic running board up. So I'm going to go ahead and get that rust converter sprayed on. So I was just reading the can, and you need to allow it to dry no more than 2 minutes in between coats. So I'm going to let that dry quickly. Then we'll give it a second coat, and then it says 24 hours before applying the top coat. So that's fine. I'll do it when I get home from work tomorrow. Okay, that's supposed to dry for 24 hours. When I get home from work tomorrow, I will go ahead and put some green on there. We got the rust converter all dry, and you can see it turns into a really dark brown, almost black color, and that means that it's the rust has been converted. Throw a little green paint on here. Okay, we ended up doing one heavy coat of paint, and you can see the paint covered really well, and it's going to save the tractor in the long run. Should give me many more years of service. And we got the oil changed, and we got the battery tender on. So I think that's it for today's list, and wasn't without incident, but we're done. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate it if you did, if you liked this content. I'm getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, which is really kind of exciting. And yeah, so I think that's it for this video. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.